Dr. Leo Kormanik. It's so weird to be able to do it. And I'm feeling my VMOs area. Dr. Leo Kormanik here, sports chiropractor, running expert. Basically, I am walking backwards because this helps to strengthen a muscle called your VMO, which is your vastus medialis obliquus. It's a fancy little name for a muscle that is on the inside part of the thigh here that basically helps to work with the tracking of the patella. So when we're running, basically our patella wants to move in a groove, okay? So it basically has to slide north and south in a groove. What often happens is people get really strong on the outside of their thigh and their hip, which basically works all the way down to the IT band, pulls that patella this direction, creates patellar misalignment and grinding of the knee. When that happens, it breaks down cartilage on the underbelly of the patella. So it's called runner's knee, chondromalacia patella, patellofemoral arthralgia, PFA. These are all terms that are used for the same thing. So the VMO is a muscle on the inside of your knee and quad here that basically what it does is it pulls that patella back to neutral. So it fights the tightness here because everybody sits all day long. So when we sit, we're super tight through the outside of the thigh. And then what that does is that shuts down the VMO. So you have to do exercises like this that will help to strengthen the VMO, okay? Now, one of the best ways to do that, when you're walking backwards, what you're really doing is you're isolating that muscle, the VMO, because it's most active in the last 10 to 15 degrees of knee flexion and extension, okay? So when your knee is going from here to here is when it's most active. Once you get all the way back and fully go through the motion, you're starting to incorporate all these quad muscles up here, but from 10 to 15 degrees to here is when you isolate the VMO. So that's why just walking like this really isolates that muscle. A treadmill like this is really cool because it's a manual treadmill, which I'm manually forcing it. But even if you don't have access to a treadmill like this or Woodway, then you can set it at a certain speed and slowly walk backwards, isolating that muscle. If you're at a gym and you can have access to a sled, you can pull backwards like this, which is sort of the same thing. So imagine if I had a sled in front of me, I would pull backwards and that would activate that same muscle right through there. So the VMO is the key muscle to stabilizing the actual patella. Make sure to stick around for part 2 and 3 on how to activate your VMO.